Hello everyone, how are you? Happy Friday, yay! Thanks for stopping by my YouTube channel today. If you're new to my channel, my name is Cheryl Horvath and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Woodinville, Washington in the Pacific Northwest. And today I wanted to share with you a cute little card I made using one of the new stamp sets called Measure of Love. Really sweet. This doesn't have a coordinating die set. But it's okay. We're going to bring in some other dies from some other stamp sets and kind of jazz it up. And then if we have time, I'm going to case the card that's in the catalog. So this stamp set can be found on page 32, right here. And it's called Measure of Love. It is, well, let me turn the screen around. You can see my coffee, sorry. Okay, so it is called Measure of Love. It is $17, which is a great price. It's got these adorable little cupcakes in it that are awesome for birthday cards. And, you know, I love this scale. It's kind of retro looking a little bit to me, but I just love it. And then it's got two little bowls with some stamp stuff that you can do. You can individually stamp all the cupcakes or you can color them with markers. Our friendship tips to scale is awesome. Love you more, sweet friend. And you more than measure up, which is also a very encouraging sentiment, which I love. So that's the set we're going to be using today. Again, on page 32, $17. And this is the card that I want to try to case in a little bit if we have time. So that's that. Okay, so the card that I want to make today looks something like this, and these colors are Coastal Cabana, I believe, and then these are the little confetti pieces from the ice cream suite, and I know they're retiring, so if they're still available, you should snatch them up. They're like silicone. But they're like rubbery almost. But some really fun colors in there. So that's what I used to embellish the front of this card. I did all of the stamping with Memento Black, and then I colored with my markers. And then this is the In Color Designer Series paper from the 2021. And we're going to use the new In Color colors today. And I think we're going to go with polished pink and I don't know yet, maybe fresh freesia. Or maybe, I don't know. Let's see here. I think I like that. I think I like those two colors. So that's what we're going to do today. Let's get out some paper. I have a pre-scored top folding card base already cut, so let's just set that aside. I'm just going to reach up because we're going to be, where'd my card go? Let me put this in front so I can see it. Because we're going to be not die cutting, fussy cutting all this stuff, so you just need to pull out some of your scrap papers that, whoops, that's no good, that you can stamp on. These are all card bases. Here, let me just grab this. Sorry for the arm right in your camera. I'm going to, because these are clear photopolymer stamps, I'm going to use my little stamping mat for cushion. We're going to start off with the fun little scale. And I'm going to stamp that using my Memento Black. I'm going to put this on, will it fit? Nope. I'm going to put this on a D block. That's my #1 go-to block. It seems to fit nicely in my hand and fit most of the stamps that I need to stamp out. So I'm just inking this up real good. Checking the back. beautiful. So that's done. I think we still need that. Then we need a bowl. And we are going to, oh no, we don't need a bowl. We need cupcakes. And that is going to also fit on a D block. I like to do a little twisty turny thing when I'm using my memento, just to, because the pad on the memento is felt, not felt, but like fabric, and so sometimes you just have to do a little extra squishy twisty turny on it, like so. And then I think that's all the stamping until we get to the sentiment that we're going to do at this very moment. So let's set that aside. And let this dry for a quick second. We are going to use light and dark gray granite. We are going to use light and dark cinnamon cider. Now you could make, I like to do cinnamon cider because I like to have them be like the craft brown wrappers. But you could even do darker and make them look like chocolate. But I'm going to do white frosting, and then I'm going to show you how I decorated the sprinkles. So yeah, so for now that's all we need. I did see some people do a colored base, so maybe we'll do that. Let's start with the tray. And I'm going to go with my lights. Start with my light first. Make sure my head's not in the way. These color up really fast and super easy. If you didn't want to add any shading, you could be fine just like that. But I'm just going to take my dark and come in and just give it a little dimension. We'll make that silver gray too. Now I'm just blending it a little bit with my lighter color again. Okay. Now, since the colors we're going to be using are the pink, we're going to be using what if we made the scale in the soft succulent color? Let's try that. I bet that'd be really pretty. And maybe even look a little retro. So I've got soft succulent, light and dark here. And I'm going to use the nib end because the space is a little limited. If you don't have the new in colors in the alcohol blends, you could use the mint macaron. That would be a close substitute. I like to do, when I'm working in small spaces like this, a border and then fill in. Like so. I think that's going to look good. Then this is my dark. So let's just add a little bit of shading down here. Make it look a little more realistic, but if you didn't want to bother with the second color, you wouldn't have to. Let's just blend that in a little bit. There. Oh, we forgot to stamp the little needle onto this guy. And there's a little hole in the needle, so that lines up right on top of this little pinpoint here, and I'm going to probably get my hair in the way because I want to lean over it and see. There. Now I missed it by a hair, but you can't really tell. I can tell because I just did it. But there's a quick fix for that. And this is my favorite Uniball Signo white gel pen, and I'm just going to come in just like that. There, all better. Okay, now we're going to color the cupcakes, and that's cinnamon cider, and these go really easy too. Actually, maybe we'll do, instead of cinnamon cider, we're going to do pale papaya. Let's see how this looks. Let's do the light and dark papaya. Since we're doing in colors. Just do the outline and then fill in. And then for the darker color, all I do, oh, I don't want that end. All I do is it's just like a little U motion. Just giving it that little extra shadow. I like to color, so I love to stamp too, and sometimes I feel like I miss out on coloring. There. Cute. Okay, then for the frosting, we're just going to use the light gray granite, and I just do a little swoop here, here, and along the bottom. And what that does is that makes your white pop out. So even though you're adding gray, it's like a shade of white so that it makes it look more white. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. Then for the sprinkles, you're just going to grab what I used. I used to bullet journal all the time, and I have these really fine tipped bullet journaling pens. I was afraid to go in with the nib end of the alcohol marker because I thought it would bleed and be too big. So I chose to go with these guys. And I'll show you, all I did was I just did a little circle around them like that. Scattered. Now the colors aren't obviously Stampin' Up colors because these aren't Stampin' Up markers, but if you have the Stampin' Up Stampin' Right markers, that might work. I don't have them, but that might work. We're just putting all kinds of multicolored sprinkles. And I think we're going to do a blue next. And this is not scientific by any means. I'm just randomly picking dots to color. Is there a green one left in here? Sure. Okay. Set those aside. Really, that's all there is to it, to the coloring part. Now we have to fussy cut. And this goes really fast too. There. That. Now we need to do, so now that we have our key components, so that's going to sit on there just like that. And now we need to, so we have the card base, and we need to decide, I think we're going to do this with some polished pink behind it. So let's grab some of that. And I like to do 1/8 of an inch borders. So we're going to cut this at, if you can see, at 5 and, let's see, that's 5 3/8. By 4 1/8. And that should fit, where did my card base go? That should fit nicely on here with the nice clean white border. Yeah. Then we're going to cut this piece to 1/8 of an inch smaller than that. So we're going to go to 5 1/2, no, so 5 1/4, sorry. 5 1/4 by 4. Okay, and then that should fit nicely right on here like that. Like so. Now and then the other piece we're missing is the scallop piece, and for that we used, let me get this out of the way. For that we used the Stampin' Cut or the scalloped contour dies, which looks like this. And I used this one right here, so the second one down from the extra large one. So I'm just going to run that through my embossing machine real fast, which is over here. These are the sweetest scalloped stitched dies. I just love them. Okay, put those away. So here's how our card's building so far. Like so. Now I'm wondering, yeah, you know, I'm not digging the green like at all. So I think what we're going to do is, what if we changed it up with soft succulent? What if we put this behind it? So yeah, like that looks a little bit better to me, don't you think? Yeah. So now I need a recut. We'll save these pieces for a different project. But let me just cut this down real fast. There's that one, and then we need a piece of soft succulent. I didn't think those colors through very good, but that's all right. We're winging it. So like that. Which side? I think I like this side better, yeah. So let's glue this puppy down. Get it on there nice and center. And this is going to go like that. So that's got a nice little border to it. Now I'm wondering, how do we pull in the pale papaya from the cupcakes? We could do something like a strip across. Let's try that. I bet that would look good. We're just going to cut a 1-inch strip of pale papaya. And then we're going to pin that down to the bottom. What do you think? Kind of ties it in a little bit better, don't you think? And then we'll use the soft succulent ribbon. I like it. Okay, so this gets cut to 4 inches. Let's use the flower side. The only thing I'm popping up on this card is the item, the scale and the cupcakes. So I'm gluing this guy flat, down flat also. And I'm avoiding the stitched area because you will get a little bit of seepage, glue seepage through those holes. And that can make the front of your card sticky. I hate getting glue on my hands, and so I use tweezers like this. So that just gets centered like so. Out come the dimensionals. Actually, I'm going to trim this up a little bit more. It's a little bit too wide of a white border on there for me. So these are going to sit in there just like that. So to make sure I have all of my dots in the right place, I'm just going to grab a tiny piece of Scotch tape. And I'm going to just tack that down. Oops, that went down a little bit too far. Right about there. Now I'm going to put on my dimensionals. And the large ones are working just fine for this. Let's see. We don't want them sagging, so we do quite a bit. All right. Use our take your pick tool to pull these backers off. It keeps, oops. I should have glued that down. There we go. Sometimes this works really fast for me. Sometimes I struggle, like I am right now. I think this one's still in there, yeah. Okay. So, this is gonna go, oh, but you know what? We need to probably stamp our little sentiment. So let's not put that on just yet. We're going to make sure this does not stick, and we'll pull in our silicone mat and set it on there because it will not stick to that. And I think the sentiment we're going to use is the same one, Sweet Friend, because it fits good up there in that corner. And you can do it in a different color if you'd like. I just like, for some reason, I like all my sentiments to be in black. Good. Now, get this guy back out. We'll anchor him down right there in the center. Then we need a bow. So we have choices. We can do soft succulent, or we could do white. Let's see, or pale papaya. Let's grab one of that. Okay. So here are the colors that we could potentially use on this card for the ribbon. I'm going to try the pale papaya first. And I think I'm just going to try a simple bow. No, I didn't leave enough room. This ribbon might be a smidge too big. Actually, no, it's not. It's pretty nice. I like the pale papaya. And it ties in nicely with that, so we're going to go with it. Trim those edges. I like to grab the knot and then pull the tails straight down so that they lay a little bit nicer. And we're going to put a glue dot right on the back of that. Oh my gosh, it's very cute. Let's see, do we want these tails a little bit? Yeah. You could jazz this. Oh, we need to put some jewels on it. Speaking of jazz, you could pretty much use any color combination you wanted. If you're not a big fan of the pale papaya and the soft succulent, then switch it up. Use whatever you got on hand. I had a pin somewhere here. I like to use pins to keep my ribbon in place. So now that we have some jazzing to do, what do you say we do? Let's do one of these with one of those. And how about a purple, fresh freesia, like so. And I want more down here. There. Not sure if I got the jewels in quite the right placement, but you guys know how to do that. Put them wherever you'd like. Turned out cute. I like it. Now for the inside, because this is an extra thick basic white card base, you don't have to put a liner in, but I like to, just because it makes it feel finished to me. So I'm going to grab my scrap piece of soft succulent and cut this down. And we're going to glue this in there like that. So easy to center your paper when you're using the glue. I did get some a little bit up there. Then you could choose to do a stitched rectangle to lay in here. I'm going to be a little bit lazy and just cut it. So we're going to go for 4 by 5 1/4. And then I'm not going to stamp a sentiment. Oops, didn't cut that quite right. There we go. I'm not going to stamp the inside yet because I don't know if I want it to be a birthday card or just an encouragement card or I love you card yet. So I don't know. So I'm just going to leave it like that. Well, I'm not going to glue this down yet because I don't like to glue until my stamping's done. I don't like to glue the layer down in case I screw up. So I'm just going to leave this cut piece in here ready to go for when I need a card. I've already got something pre-cut. I just need to find the stamp and voila, we're done. Okay, so here's our 2 cards. I'm totally digging these colors better than this color, but well, it's cute. Maybe for a guy friend. At any rate, there's one design, and I think I'm gonna end the video now and then clean up my mess and get my supplies ready to do the casing of the next video. So I'll be back. I'll see you in a little bit. See you in the next video. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Bye.